Hi there, welcome to Floating in Books. Today we're going to be doing something slightly differently on the channel. I'm going to be reviewing all of the items I own by Sézane. So in case you're unfamiliar with Sézane, they are a French clothing brand that's supposed to be more sustainable, and I found them through other influencers and I fell in love, and I've gathered a couple of bits in the past two and a half years or so. That's when I first started shopping with them. I definitely didn't buy all of this in one go. They are a slightly higher price point, and I just wanted to come on here and tell you why I love the brand. And in case you're new here, hi, my name is Micah. I come on here once a week to chat about books, fashion, and other lifestyle related videos. I also have a main channel where I post 4 times a week about makeup. So that's a little bit about me, but today we're going to be doing a little bit of the fashion because I haven't done that in a few months. I've mainly been talking about books with you guys, and you seem to enjoy that too, but I hope you're here for the fashion as well. So yes, today we're doing a fashion video, so I hope you're here for that as well. We're talking Sézane, and Sézane is a brand that I discovered about two and a half years ago, as I already mentioned, as I was sort of like really starting to see a shift in my wardrobe. Like, I think that because of the whole situation, I definitely was able to put things into perspective, and I've been focusing on trying to buy less but better quality items. That has sort of been my aim in the past 2 years or so. I've been replacing a lot of fast fashion with like polyesters or acrylics for like more natural fiber, like blouses and things like that. And that's where Sézane really came in for me. A lot of the items on their website are real silk shirts, merino wool sweaters, 100% cotton, 100% linen. Like, they are higher quality fabrics that they work with. However, that being said, I would always recommend, if you find an item that you like, that you always look at the composition, because I have found on their website, just through browsing, that they have different compositions from the same looking item, but in a different color way. So then they've used a different fabric, and then the composition of the garment may be different. So that's something to always check. It's the reason why I don't have any of their skirts. I found a couple that I like the look of, but they have been a polyester or a viscose. And something that I do find a bit weird with Sézane is that if it's the same item, the same style, no matter the composition, the price point will be the same. So you'll pay as much for a silk skirt as you would for a polyester skirt. And polyester can have a place in garments because it usually helps things flow and it makes them much easier to manage. But one of the items still on my wish list is one of their silk skirts, because they do very beautiful ones. But haven't been able to pick it up yet because it didn't come in a colorway, in a style that I like. They do only about 1 or 2 of them a year. So I'm just going to keep an eye on the website, and if they do a new one, then I might pick that one up in the future. There are a couple of other things on the wish list as well, but as I already mentioned, I kind of just buy like 1 or 2 things at a time. I've been to one Sézane store as well, so I can tell you a little bit about that experience. But I just wanted to go through everything that's on the rail behind me and tell you about why I bought things, tell you about sizing, and how I go about shopping the brand. I only have one of their dresses, and it's quite possibly the most expensive dress in my entire wardrobe, but it's really pretty. Oh, I also filmed on shots before filming the talky bit, so you can see what everything looks like on me. I have most items by Sézane in a size 42 or a size 44. That tends to be my actual size as well. So their sizing is pretty spot on, I find. This dress is in a 44, and it's one of the best prints I feel they've done. It's this black base with a yellow floral design. They did a lot of this last summer. It's really, really stunning. It's long line, it's got placket down the front, and this drapes so beautifully because it has a full lining as well. This is a pretty heavy dress, and that's where the price point comes from. Very often, if you find dresses like this from other brands, they won't have the lining, and after a few wears, they tend to crinkle a bit weirdly, and this one has been lovely, and I do really enjoy this one. So this is one I picked up online, which is where I pick up most of my Sézane stuff. They did a pop-up store in Amsterdam over the fall season, but they don't have like a permanent store in the Netherlands where I live. So I've been mainly shopping them online, and they do have a pretty good return policy that it's free returns and free shipping over 200 euros. And you might look, ooh, 200 euros, but this dress was 150. So buying 2 items is usually going to get you free shipping. This is one of the items that I found in store. This is their Will shorts, I believe. I'm not entirely sure on the names. I'll make sure to pop everything in the description box down below. But I spotted this print on their website, and they did this in a full trouser, and they did it in a short. I think it also came with like a matching blazer. And they are wool shorts, and I found this in the Sézane store. I tried on the full length pants, but their trousers are so incredibly long, and I'm only 5 feet tall, so I would have to take them up too much for them to still be wearable. The shape would have gone completely. So I opted for the shorts instead because I really enjoyed the print. I still have to figure out how to wear it because the shorts with a pantyhose kind of look isn't really my vibe. And they are wool shorts, and the print is very sort of fall winter to me. But I hope to be able to whip these out in the spring season for sure. So nice pair of shorts that was really, really pretty, really comfortable. Again, good sizing on this. This is a 42. I was able to size down from this compared to what I thought I was going to be, because very often in H&M I need to size up. But with this, it's my actual size. This is another online buy. These are the longer trousers. They're a linen trouser, great for the summer season. And I just really love this tropical, vibrant print. This I was able to size down in because it has the elastic in the waist. So it was really, really comfortable that way. I could have perhaps sized up for it to have that baggier vibe, but I think this is fine as well. It's a size 40. It's the smallest size I have here today. And I just really enjoyed the print. It's a really nice, stiffer fabric, but still very breathable as well. And then we get a run of silk blouses. If I'm not mistaken, this is their Suzane blouse in this really pretty dove gray. So, so lovely. I really enjoy this one. And I don't think they still do it, but they have different styles of blouses with different colors. And I just like this Peter Pan color. And that's one of the things I love about Sézane, is that they do really good basics, but everything has like a design detail that makes them just a little bit more special than when you were to buy a blouse somewhere else. So this is one of those. I love the dove gray. It's a 100% silk shirt. The buttons are all covered as well. It's really, really flowy, nice, and a little bit more chic. And that's definitely, I think, something that a lot of Sézane items have. It's quite boho chic-ish, which isn't always my vibe. So for me, I definitely tend to pick and choose what goes with my style from the website. And it's definitely not everything. But my most, oh, this is going to clash with the red sweater, but my most worn silk shirt is the Anne shirt in this lovely magenta shade. I have 2 of them, one in a navy polka dot and this magenta shade. And I have this a size up in a 44, and this is in a size 42 because I intend to layer this underneath blazers, and I didn't want it to be too baggy and oversized for that. So that's why the magenta one is a little bit more fitted, because I tend to wear this under black and white blazers, and then you have this nice bright pop of something. And I have lipsticks in this shade as well, so then I tend to match my lipstick to it, wear it with a darker pair of denim jeans, black bootie, and you have a really cool, classic, but yet still sophisticated look. Great for work. I work in education, by the way, so in case you were wondering. And then I have this one a size up because this is one I intend to wear by itself. I do not tend to layer a printed shirt under a blazer because a lot of my blazers have prints. So one a size smaller and one a size bigger. And that's what I've also done with one of their other shirts. And they're very comfortable and they wash well. Another reason why I'm not like replacing my entire wardrobe with Sézane only pieces is because they are a little bit more high maintenance. You definitely need to take very good care reading the label. But we'll get to that when we get to the item that I managed to shrink in the wash. So then we have 3 shirts coming up that all look quite the same because they all have this ruffle detail, which on this blouse, you can't really see because of the design. This is a broderie anglaise blouse in this navy with the white. And then you just have all these eyelets, like all those little holes are actual holes in the blouse. It's a cotton shirt. I believe it's called their Matilda shirt. It came out last year and I picked it up straight away because I love this design and it's been a great one. It can be worn with jeans. with white jeans or light blue denim, it works really well. I've been wearing it with beige pants as well, so it's a really good staple and it's very comfortable to wear. And the final two blouses I have by them are the green and navy Chloe shirts. So the green Chloe shirt is actually one of the first items I bought from the brand because I just really like that ruffle design. Really pretty. I didn't know what size I was in this. So I got this one in a size 44 and I felt it was a little bit too oversized, but I didn't mind it that much. But then when I went and bought the navy one, so I did buy the navy a size down because of that, because I felt the green one was just a touch too baggy, more baggy, like baggier than I would normally go for. But that's, and a navy blue silk shirt has been on my wish list for a while. I usually find them in like whites and blacks, but navies tend to be a bit difficult, more difficult to find. Next up are cardigans, and knitwear, like blouses and knitwear, is where this brand is at for me. I look at other items on their website and I'm like, yeah, that's nice, but I wouldn't necessarily pay that kind of money for it, or it's too similar to things I already have. But I love a good knit cardigan, and they do like different styles depending on the season. So these are two of their cotton ones that I bought like in the springtime last year. I think I got this one in the fall on, like it was the last one. I don't remember the names, but this is a really nice cream one, and you'll see in the close-ups that these all have that design detail that makes them a bit more special. And this navy one is really pretty too. I love a good navy cardigan, and then, you know, just with a gray t-shirt underneath it and then leaving it open. It's so great. But what's really good about these is that you can wear them as actual sweaters, because you can button them up all the way and then you can wear them as is. So they are a little bit more versatile as well. And you'll see in the next two sweaters I have for you that are, again, like cardigan, sweater-like things, you can wear them in multiple ways. What am I talking about? I'm talking about these two. And now I need to look at whether I have them the right way round. Yes, I'm always confused. This is the right way round on this one. And then the label is in the back. And for this one, the buttons go in the front. So this is a really nice tealy petrol color, and this is a green mohair. This is more of a cotton, but you can wear it the other way round. And this one as well. And then it has the buttons in the front. So I actually wear this one. I prefer to wear it this way round, so backwards. And this one I actually do prefer to wear with the buttons in the front as well. This has a really deep scoop neck, so both of these can also be worn off the shoulder. And with this one, for instance, you can have the V in the front or the V in the back. And this one as well, you can pull it down a bit more and have more of a scoop neck or more of a boat neck, depending on what style you want to wear them. So that's one of the other things I really appreciate. You buy one sweater and they're more expensive. They're around the €100 mark, but it's like buying three because every time you could wear them every single day and it could look like a completely different sweater. You know what I mean? And this is my mishap. This was a sweater. But luckily it has buttons down the front, so I can still wear it as a cardigan, which is how I've been wearing it. This is, again, one of the first items I bought from the brand, and then I chucked it in the wash without reading the label. I know, what was I thinking? But, you know, it's a mohair sweater. I've had those in the past, and they've been fine. Like, it wasn't a silk shirt, which is not something I have a lot of in my wardrobe. So I don't, like there, I did read the label and it went well. But with this, I just chucked it in and it didn't go well. So I have found that a lot of Sézane items need a hand wash or they're dry clean only. So you do need to put in the time and effort to not have them shrink on you. Can I still wear this? For sure. And I do remember when I originally bought it and wore it closed, it was a little bit snug. I should have sized up in this anyway. In hindsight, but I love the color of this and I can still wear it. I just don't wear it as a sweater anymore, but as a cardigan instead. So, and it looks like the Chloe blouse where it has that ruffle and then that more open knit as well. So just tend to wear this with a beige or a gray t-shirt underneath it, pair of jeans. Great work outfit. Then they also do some really good like long sleeved sweaters / t-shirts. So their marinières are really, really lovely. So if you love your classic French stripy navy and ecru sort of sweaters, they do them, but they also do them in other colors. So I have the one with the red. They do them with like a sort of more like mustard yellow stripe as well. And then it just has the button on the front. And there's actually another one of their marinières on my wish list at the moment. Their Leotine, I believe it's called. I believe this is called the Gatsby. which I like because it has that Henley style with the buttons going halfway down. And I don't remember what this is called. I believe it was called the Martin sweater. And this is so lovely. And this is why, again, attention to detail. Do you see how the stripe on the sleeve and the sweater actually lines up? It just makes it look a little bit more classy. And then you just have those tortoiseshell buttons along the shoulder here. It's really lovely. And I love these kind of like really thin knits. This is a cotton and wool blend. This one is 100% cotton. And I have to say, this is a little bit stiff cotton. It's not like very smooth cotton. It's one of those things that with wear, it's going to loosen up. Because that's something I have found with a lot of cotton is the more you wear it, the more comfortable it gets. And then we get to my main loves. They're sweaters. These are so blown out. I do apologize. But again, you can see them on in the cutaways. So the first one is their Jago, and this has a really lovely cream cable knit design, and it's not like other cable knit sweaters. It has a bit of a higher neck and then it just flares out. Great for tucking into jeans for sure, and this is one of my newest additions in my Sézane collection. And similarly, this is the James. And this was one that was on my wish list, and I tried looking for it in store when I was in Paris in November, and it was out of stock. So I had waited for it to come back in stock and in my size, and I was like, yes, this is another cable knit sweater with the navy stripe, these really big tortoise shell buttons down the side. It's so comfy and oversized. I sized up in this because my size in this is a medium, but I wanted it to be a bit baggier and looser, so I got it in the large. And then here we get to more like fitted numbers, you could say. This lovely thing. I thought it would go so greatly with like what is currently the Pantone color of the year. This like really lovely violet magenta shade. I don't remember the name of the style, but it's another one of their merino wool sweaters. It has a slightly higher neck and this really intricate knit design, which is why I love them. Again, you will have seen that in the cutaway. And then this one here is their Come sweater. They do this in several shades, and I love this. I don't normally keep sweaters like this on a hanger, don't worry. They're just on a hanger here for the video, so they're easier to grab. But I fold all of my sweaters because you can see what happens if you hang them, and you don't want that to happen to them, do you? So this is really lovely. Even on the back, you get a design detail, and I had been on the hunt for a good mustard yellow sweater to replace my old H&M one that I've had since 2012. Like it's a decade old. It's threadbare in the armpits, so it has to go. And this is a great replacement. This is one of their mohair numbers, and it's really comfy. So those are all of the Sézane pieces I have in my wardrobe. A bit of a review for the brand. I think they do some wonderful things, but you do have to keep your wits about them. If you're spending this kind of money on items, I do think you need to be very careful. Like, is this something I'm really going to wear? Look at the composition on the website. And they also give you an indication of whether something runs bigger or smaller. And I have found that their recommendations really help me to find the size I need. It's been working pretty well. So if they say something is true to size and I get my usual size, then I'm good. They are pretty okay when it comes to size inclusivity. I believe they go up to a size 46 or 48 even in some items. So there's a lot of people with different sizes who can shop the brand. But I have found when I was in store that a lot of the sizes that are on the rail are really small sizes, like a 34, 36. I had to ask the store clerk to check whether they had anything in the back. And then they bring it out for you and then you can try it on. So if you are not like a sample size, you may have to take a bit more time out of your shopping experience at Sézane if you do, want to shop it. And that's something that I thought was a bit, like I was like, why, then I have to wait and then you get to, they tell you, well, we don't have that size in stock. So that's a bit of that wasn't great about that shopping experience. But on the website, you can just see all the sizes. The pictures of the models are very more there for aesthetics. I feel they don't really show off the garments from all angles. So that's a bit of a downside sometimes. And they keep items that are no longer in stock. they keep them there, so a shade that might appeal to you hasn't been taken down, even though it's been out of stock for like a while. So I'm not sure if that means they're planning on bringing it back, or if it's just like a giant catalog of everything they've ever done. I don't know, but yeah, it's a brand that I find some really cool pieces in, and I will definitely keep shopping from the brand. In terms of their sustainability status, the brand claims to be more sustainable. How sustainable they are is a little bit contested, so I don't want to say too much about that, because there's what the brand says and then there's what other people say. And I checked them out on a website that like recommends whether something is more sustainable or not. So to what extent it's actual greenwashing and to what extent they are actually more sustainable, as a single consumer, I cannot attest to that. But yeah, I think that investing in higher quality pieces is hopefully going to be helpful for my personal wardrobe in the long run, and that's why I got these things. So thank you so very much for joining me today. I hope I summed it up nicely there towards the end. Thumbs up the video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more by me. I make a video on here once a week, so if you'd like to stay tuned for the next one, and then I hope to see you next week. Bye bye!